I'm Bianca Beers.
I'm Ifeoma and we're here with Faucet Failure, ready to take you on a stroll of Sydney CBD.
Let's go.
I need.
Made in Sydney.
Oh wait, what is that?
It's a beanbag.
Do you think there's anything about the Sydney creative that makes it really unique or special compared to the rest of Australia?
Well, I feel like what makes us unique is the fact that we get overlooked. So then we have to try harder.
Totally.
Melbourne, I'm going to use Melbourne as an
Yes.
example. They're seen as this creative hub, like the creative hub in Australia. And so we have to work a lot harder to kind of, you know, get put on that same kind of pedestal as creatives in Melbourne. And it's kind of messed up, especially when our work is just as good. Shout out to all my Melbourne creators though, like I love them all.
I gotta agree. I feel like you hear a lot about Melbourne's the creative hub, it's arts and culture, Sydney is just cliquey or what have you. But in my experience, there is like culture here.
Yeah.
You just gotta find it. It's maybe a little bit more hidden and not as obvious. But there's something cool about that even.
No,
so I don't know.
Agree. I literally agree. When do you feel most connected to your craft and your art?
I feel like that's an easy one, right? It's when you're in it. So like when you're in flow and you're just like, you forget about eating, you forget about sleeping, and you're just in the moment creating something. Yeah, that's probably when I feel most connected.
Yeah,
And
that's
you.
I feel like it depends on which craft.
Okay,
when it comes to the poetry, most people would think to say like when it's being written, but it's actually when I'm performing it. Which is weird because I feel like
That makes sense.
as we kind of said it before, but like when I'm performing it, I get to perform it as I do, and I get to connect with another audience.
To be on a fucking beat, nigga. Should be on a fucking beat. We in a place to shout out my brother Joe. You already know, cuz. Let me hit this. Sid Phenom, star studded, no Elon, fucking snake nigga, Venom, MUD, get tatted, no henna, they do it for the clout. Jenna, Sid, my block, no Lopez, I'm in Night Cortez, shaking track to the core like it's Cortex, Gore-Tex to the spray, I'm out in the rain, every dog has his day, Gore-Tex to the spray, I'm out in the rain, stay fly.
No, we can do this.
Okay. No, sorry, I just looked at the tattoo of your arm. It's so funny.
Wait,
like the emoji. Oh wait, what is that?
It's a beanbag. No. So many people think it's a capsicum. Like it's actually ridiculous. I know. Like first ever tattoo.
I thought it was an emoji of someone like.
No, it's
I can
stupid
make
as shit. I know.
I'm into fashion. I guess more so like, I'm not really into like clothes and stuff for the sake of it. I just feel like it's more of like I don't know, an extension of like just you or something.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Okay, what would you say is like the most you piece of clothing or like item?
Most me piece of clothing. I've got these shorts that kind of look like these shorts, but they're like orange.
Yeah.
And they're like tie-dyed. And my homie the other day was like, if I had to draw you, I would draw you in those shorts.
In those shorts?
And I was like, okay.
Okay, and you know what? While we're here, what's actually like the piece of clothing that like is most bought or most requested here? Like, what do people like flock to?
Supreme box logo.
Yes. And then what's not to bring the mood down, but what's something like you wouldn't buy here?
Something I wouldn't buy here.
Yeah.
The Supreme box logo.
Valid. As you know, you work here, but you are also a musician.
Yeah.
And I also didn't know you have a clothing brand.
Yeah, I do.
What would you say is like your favorite thing? Clothing, music? I want to know first
I'll
off.
put music as the priority over everything.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Damn.
That's the shit that makes me happy.
And why is that? Like, what's the creative scene in Sydney like for you?
It's cool. I think it's like a little club. I feel like the club needs to be more collaborative. I feel like I want to fuck with everyone, you know what I mean? It's really like, just be more like teamwork together. I feel like that would be better.
Yeah, no, I actually agree with that. And like I was telling Bianca that not like 10 minutes ago, but I feel like when it comes to music specifically, there's so many bubbles.
100%.
We need to pop up. We need to like
Oh yeah.
bring us all together, uplift each other.
Yeah, for sure. Even when someone's dropping stuff, fucking put that shit on, like really be proud of each other. It's sort of like how I look at it. If you're a creative yourself, you're like my co-worker in a sense. You know what I mean? It's like that's why I've got respect for like other people in this kind of industry or this scene or whatever people are doing their shit. So I respect that shit. So that's why I have no hatred towards you. It's just more love because I understand what it's like being a creative, and it fucking sucks at times, but I get it.
Yeah.
And, I feel like you need as much support as you can.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's sweet.
Alright.
Because I love me a good sneaker. What would you choose? Do you like? Be honest. Do you like the shoes here?
Some of it. Some of this shelf is not so far my favorite. We had these. These are really fucking good.
I was looking at those. They're sick.
They're really fucking comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. I wore these. And it was just comfy. Just the shit just gets bought out quickly.
Yeah.
We just don't have enough sizes. But
That's annoying.
these ones came out. I know everyone's been rocking these on Instagram. Yeah, everyone's been sponsored by JD and Foot Locker, bro. Yeah.
First time I've heard of like.
They're fun. Yeah, the Solomons I rate the most, but that's just me personally. Yeah. I like shit I can just actually move around. Yeah, some of these actually not that sick.
I feel like Sydney. This is gonna sound so weird. You cannot agree with me, but I feel like Sydney and the creative scene is tapping more into like SJ culture. I see a lot of creatives or people like coming up wearing like TNs and like DNs and stuff like that, and shocks as well. But like people hated that stuff before. People did not want to wear it. This is my livelihood. Like I've been wearing this stuff, so it's so weird to me like seeing like DNs and stuff in a store like this, because I don't know, like 5-10 years ago people weren't like wearing these commercially, so it's quite interesting. But yeah, thank you, Dom.
No worries.
Okay, Miss Bianca, like what do you feel like people that are starting out or like young creatives are constantly like getting wrong or misconstruing?
It's been a while. But I think when you're just starting out, there's like a super big need or drive to like emulate what you see or think is cool. And even in art, like emulating what you see is like the first thing you do. So like as an artist, you start out doing hyper-realism, like drawing things as perfect as you can to what exists. There's no flavor to that. Like you need to find your way and develop your own style. And I think especially with, I mean, it's easier now because there's social media, and so you can be influenced by a bunch of different things. But even with the whole like jumping on trends on TikTok or like memes or what have you, there's like a format or a way that things are already done, and people tend to not really think outside the box so much. And the few people who do are just like praised for their authenticity and just like, wow, how did you come up with that? It was so left of field. And I think that we just need to encourage that more and not focus so much on what's cool or what's in, but more like, what do you like?
Yeah.
Like, and double down on that. And then, yeah, like basically what we're talking about before, like finding your niche, finding your tribe in whatever it is that you do specifically. Yeah. And it's kind of a journey too. You've got to find that way. Yeah.
That's great. No, that's actually insane that you say that, because like I feel like I went through that exact same thing.
Oh.
I can't like, I've learned I can't look to other people for such a personal thing.
Totally.
And yeah, my poetry is like my diary. Like I'm looking to me. I like the way I say it. I like how I say it. It's gonna be me.
Love that.
But I'm looking to inspire people like me to kind of shape it up.
Similar to you, I don't think I take direct inspiration from anyone. So like the things that inspire me, whether it's like fashion or art or music, is very like left of fields, and then it just gets you thinking about things in different ways. But if we're talking visual art, I super love surrealism, like a lot. So I went to the Matisse exhibit at Art Gallery New South Wales. I don't know if it's still on, but that was really super fire. And just like how ahead of his time he was, and the subjects that he painted was so interesting. Hilmat Af Clint as well is a super dope artist who did channeled art too. And they're all different, but they're all beautiful, and I just feel something when I look at them. So yeah.
Oh my god, no, I definitely
where I'm trying to
see
go.
some of these. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Should we wrap it up? Should we go to the next spot?
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, these are so, what one do you have? This one. But I don't actually like it that much. I want
So, what was the question again?
Well, what do you believe is good marketing as a creative? How do you think you should market yourself?
Yeah, that's the one. I think it's, again, going back to authenticity, I think like what's cool or what we appreciate in Sydney is kind of like guerrilla marketing. So using the community that you have to support you. Because in Australia particularly, like this is what we're talking about, there's that tall poppy syndrome. So if you promote yourself too much, you can get a lot of hate.
Yeah.
So in Sydney, I think that's the smart move. But really just like authentic to your craft, authentic to you. And just doing something a little bit different, like left field, quirky, weird.
Yeah.
Is
It's the way to go. It
Yeah.
literally is. I feel like, that'd be my answer as well. Like, use community. Use community to market yourself. Like, keep a hand on each other. Lend a hand to the person next to you. And then, just as you said, like, be different. You can't, like, no one's going to kind of want the same thing. Like, you're marketing the same thing as everyone else. Like, what makes you different from anyone else? Like, why should I pick you over the same, like, Tom, Dick, and Harry? So, yeah, I think, like, be really unique in the way you do your things and the way you're, like, trying to showcase your craft.
And have your own tone of voice. I think as well, I'd love to mention it, although I feel like probably everyone who's watching this already knows. But there's a great book about creativity by Rick Rubin.
What's it called?
It's called The Creative Act, I think.
Oh, I was thinking of The Artist's Way.
The Artist's Way is by a female author.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's about like if you're in creative block.
Yeah.
It's like a project-based book where you like do projects and activities. That's also a good book. But Rick Rubin, I think it's called The Creative Act. It came out like a year and a half ago or something. I got on it before everyone else was on it. Let me just say that.
Okay,
but now like everyone,
trailblazer.
Tom, Dick, and Harry knows about it. But it is a really good book, and it's all about like doubling down on your niche, like really nichifying, as opposed to trying to like create this thing that's really commercial.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be looking into that. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very much. So obviously, I and my experiences inspire myself, but what really gets me going is the fact that I want that to relate to someone. And when I perform it, I want, a little black girl like me who's young to listen to my words and go, she's going through these things, it's okay. Like, I'm going through these things, it's okay. Like, it'll all be fine. I think it's just kind of telling a story and having someone really resonate with that, whether it's just one person. And I feel like my poetry does that, so it keeps me going. I've had good feedback on it, so
nice.
It inspires me to keep going. But that's my poetry.
Yeah.
In terms of my radio and my music journalism, I literally create and I keep going based on the fact that I just want to uplift community.
Yeah.
I think there are so many artists and musicians within Sydney that deserve their praises and their flowers. So I'm going to try my hardest to give it to them.
Love that.
But yeah,
Give them a platform.
What about you? What inspires you to create?
If we're talking just creating anything kind of bits and bobs, like I love to make jewelry, I love pottery, DIYing some pieces.
Yeah.
That's just what I the fuck want to do. So it's kind of just like what brings me joy.
Yeah.
But with my digital art, I was always inspired by uniqueness and fashion particularly, and people with like a unique face or a unique style.
Yeah.
So that was really inspiring to me, and like color and like patterns. This type of thing.
I had like a gaze of your art. Like it is so colorful. It is.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very, very colorful.
The thing is too, like you mentioned like channeling all your emotions in your art. I actually only create art when I'm happy.
That's
So I feel like you can see that in the art too.
yeah.
But I think as well that's why I've had such a long creative block, because mentally it's been hard for me to get to that place for quite some time.
Yeah.
And I think I'm ready to tap back in, but now in this stage I am in my life, I think the inspiration is more spiritual as opposed to like aesthetic.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see where that goes, and I'm just trying to not put any judgments or narratives on it, because I've read The Artist's Way, and I'm just trying to be less judgmental and critical of myself.